Hello and welcome to episode 119 of the She Must Knit podcast. My name is Erin and thank you so much for spending some of your time with me today. I hope you guys have had a good 2-ish weeks. I think it's been a little bit of a shorter time between episodes than usual, but that's because I just really wanted to get one more episode in before the end of the month. So I don't have as much to share with you today, but I still have a little bit. I have been working on some projects. I cast on something new. So yeah, I wanted to squeeze this one in before the end of the month. So I hope you guys have been doing very well. We are almost at the end of the school year now. Avery does have some meets today, but they are very low-key. They've been doing breakout rooms with friends and just kind of having fun, doing little activities and stuff. She does, technically the last day is tomorrow, but they are using that day for students to go to the school and collect the items that were left behind when they came home and they weren't sure if they were going back or not. So there are still some items at school that we have to go collect, so that is tomorrow. So basically the school year is done. Summer vacation is around the corner, and I really don't know if we're going to be able to do very much this year. I was really hoping that the libraries would kind of open up. I mentioned before that we were in lockdown for forever, and we're coming out of that this week, but when I went to the library website, it looks like they're still planning on doing a lot of things virtually, and that's great, but that's just not, that's not where Avery is, that's not her happy place. She really likes being around other kids and doing things in person. So I think we are going to be doing a lot of splash pads, a lot of parks, just that kind of stuff. But other than that, like I said, let me know what your plans are this summer. That's pretty much going to be ours because yeah, with Kira, we still can't do very much. We have a nice little window in the afternoon now where she's up for a couple of hours that we can go out, but otherwise it's, it's naps and other kind of stuff. So anyway, what do I have to share with you today? I have some progress, like I said, on some projects that I've been working on. I have a new cast on, and then I'm also going to share with you the skein of yarn that I have picked out to cast on for next month for the Desert Vista Dyeworks Challenge, because I've got that all selected. So let's just dive right into my June Desert Vista Dyeworks socks. So I think the last episode I had started my June pair. I know we were a couple days into the first the first week of June, and I think I had got my cuff done maybe. I hadn't gotten that far. I have since finished the first sock, so that is good because we have, I think, 2 more days. I think the last day of June is Wednesday. Today is Monday, even though you'll probably see this, end up seeing this later this week, but today is Monday, so I still have 2 days, so we're okay. I'll show you where I am on my second sock. I'm not worried yet, but I need to focus a little bit over the next couple of days. So this is my first sock, and I chose the color going to the drive-in for this month. I just think this colorway is just so much, it's not necessarily a fun colorway, but just the combination of colors. I think it's something about the variation of reds and teals. I really like how red and turquoise, or reds and teals, those two color families look together. I think that's part of why this colorway appeals to me so much. But yeah, I'm really enjoying working on this this pair for this month. I am making these for my older of my 3 brothers, my 3 younger brothers. This is for the older one, and then after this one, all my gift pairs for my brothers are done, and I just have a few more gift pairs to do for the rest of the year. So I'm just doing my basic vanilla sock. This is pretty much going to be it for my Desert Vista Dyeworks pairs. It's just fast for me. It's easy for me. This type of project is my just pick up and knit, don't think about it kind of project. So I don't tend to do patterned socks for my challenge socks, especially once we start going out to the parks. I don't know how that's going to work with Kira. When it was just Avery, she would happily play for hours, and I could work on my Desert Vista Dyeworks socks while we were at the parks. I do know that Avery is a very involved big sister. I do know that she will happily kind of go around with Kira and play with her at the parks, but I feel like I'm not going to be able to just sit and knit the whole time, right? So I don't know how that's going to go. We'll have to see. But this is the first sock. I've got it done. It's for my brother. Everything the same with my socks, except when I knit socks for my brother, I cast on 72 stitches instead of 81 like I do for myself. And then also you can see on the other side here, I have all my little markers, and I did not intentionally match these markers to the sock. This is just how I pulled them out of my little marker bin, but it kind of amuses me that they kind of coordinate with the sock. But I've got my little markers in to just show me every 10 rows after I join back in the round, because I do I think 75 rows before I do the toe when I'm doing socks for my brother or for Dennis. So this one is done. How are you doing on your second sock, you may ask? Well, let me show you. So I'm not where I would ideally like to be for a easy peasy end of the month finish, but I'm not far off. So this past weekend, I was able to finish the leg of the sock. I like to do 10 stripes after the cuff. I was able to do that, and I am into the little increase section there for the heel. Now, I think I mentioned last episode, for some reason, this increase section takes me way longer than it really should, considering how many rows are involved. Like, I can do the foot of a sock in a day. I can do the leg of a sock in a day, but for some reason it takes me like 2 days to get through these increases, which is ridiculous. With the last day being on Wednesday, and I know from previous socks that I can, as long as I've joined in the round for the foot, I can do a foot and a toe in a day. But I don't like to have to do the whole foot in a day. I like to be somewhere within the foot by the last day. If I want to be at that place on Wednesday, I think I pretty much today, I really have to focus on getting these heel increase section done and get working into the heel, so that over the course of tomorrow I can finish the heel and start on the foot. As long as by the end of tomorrow I have started into the foot, on Wednesday it shouldn't be a problem to finish the foot and finish the toe. So that's where I am. It's not impossible, but I do need to focus a little bit today on getting that heel done. So that's where I am on the second sock. We're still feeling good about this month. It's not ideal, but it's okay. Before I get into my other projects, I want to share with you the color that I've picked out for July. So as many of you may know, or if you're new, you may not, but July is my birthday month. So I usually do some stuff in the shop. I do some sales. I'm thinking of doing free shipping all July, but I'll talk about that more maybe the first episode. Actually, you know what, the first episode in July might be further in, so maybe I'll just mention it now. I'm planning on doing a free shipping all of July, and then as usual on my birthday, which is the 16th, I will be having a 30% off sale. So I encourage you to either follow me on Instagram, or I will be sending out a newsletter around the beginning of the month, kind of going over everything. But yeah, there will be different kind of perks throughout my birthday month. But I like to make a pair of socks that I want to make for myself on my birthday, because usually at this time of the year I'm still working on gift pairs. And for my birthday socks, I have selected this skein here. This is the glow in the dark mini golf. This is the skein that I won because I submitted the picture to the theme, the date night theme in the Ravelry group, and my picture was selected as inspiration for a skein. So I received one of those skeins as a prize, and this is it. So I thought this would be perfect for making for my birthday pair. It's just bright and happy and fun, and I won it as a prize, and it's just all the good things, right? And then I thought I'd share with you that I feel like I have the perfect nail wraps to go with this skein for the month of July. I haven't done them yet. I have plain nails right now because I didn't want to the previous pair that I had on to match my June socks. After 3 weeks, I just decided to take them off, but it was too close to the end of the month that I didn't really want to put new wraps on just for like a week. So yeah, I just have nothing on now. But look at this set. Look at this set. Look how perfect those match. How fun is that? So I will be wearing these for July. This is the design called Triangular, and of course these are from Lily & Fox. This is where I've decided I like getting my wraps. I just find the value to be the best. There's free shipping. They're like $3.99 Canadian. They have lots of designs to choose from, and they easily last they last 2 weeks looking really nice. The nail wraps themselves would last a month, but then you have all the growth and stuff like that. But yeah, they just last really well on me. So that is what I'm going to be doing. This is going to be my skein for July, and I cannot wait to cast that on. I think it's going to be a really fun skein to knit. So I think we are going to go into the other projects that I've been working on, but first I'm going to share with you the one that you have seen, and then I will share the one that is new, because I just about a week or so ago I just got one of those impulses, you know, when you just want to make something new, or you're just itching to kind of start a new project, and then kind of the stars align, and you know, there's a reason to start a project, and you find a pattern that works and all this stuff, and there's yarn in your stash, and you just got to start the project. That's what happened to me, so I will show you that in a minute. But I was able to work a little bit on my trestle tee. So this pattern is called the High Trestle Tee, and I picked this out to make a garment for myself, which is a square on my bingo card. It uses some stash yarn. I'll just show you this now before I forget. So this is the yarn here, the river washed yarn. So it's got this really nice kind of heathering, and then it has kind of a little bit of a halo, but it is cotton and acrylic. So I thought that would work well for a kind of short sleeve summer weight tee. I am so close to taking the sleeve stitches off. I put a little marker, so this is where I was the last time I showed it to you. So I really haven't put a ton of rows in, like just maybe like that much. But we're at the point where there's increases happening almost like, yeah, every other row there's a bunch of increases happening for the raglan, and so the rows are just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So I'm at that point where just the rows are taking forever, plus I'm doing the 48 inch, so it's a larger size. But I think I have one more row to do before I can take the sleeve stitches off, and then it should be so much faster. So hopefully the next time I share it with you, I will have the sleeves off and I will be making some progress. So just again, I'll just show you a close-up. This is kind of the lattice design that is going to be at the yoke, and then otherwise it's just a very, very simple tee. And I am still planning on doing kind of a slit. As I've been knitting, I've kind of been trying to think of how I'm going to do this, but I want to do a slit high up kind of on the side seams, and then have it open just for like an easy breezy design that I will then wear over a tank top. I now have 2 shirts that are like this. I picked up another one recently, and they're just so flowy and comfortable that I want to try doing that with this one, and I'm just trying to figure out how to do the separation and etc., and make it the easiest way possible for me to do. So that is my progress on that. I'm very excited that I was able to work on that a little bit. I probably should have been working on my June socks, and I would be done the heel by now. But I've started coming downstairs. Usually, for the longest time, when I put Kira to bed, I kind of stay upstairs and just kind of chill out. And lately I've been coming down after I put her to bed and trying to squeeze in a little bit more knitting time on other projects that I want to work on. So I've been working on my DVD socks during the day, and then in the evenings if I come down, usually Dennis and Avery go to the park after dinner, and they can be there till like 9:30. Yeah, I've just been trying to squeeze in some knitting on other projects in the evening, but I was able to work on that the last couple days. And then I have a new project. So this new project is kind of a fun one. And I did make, because of this project, I did make one more change to my bingo card. Last episode, I talked about how June is the month that anybody participating in the Crafty Bingo Challenge can make some changes to their card in case there's goals that they kind of are falling out of love with, or they just want to change up a little bit. And I mentioned to you that I had changed 2 goals. I decided to, because we could do up to 3 changes, I decided to make one more change, and I changed the square that was make Kira a doll. And I had said last time that I still really wanted to do that, so I wanted to keep that on. And I do still really want to make her a doll, but I do have doubts that I'm going to get to it by the end of the year. So because I had this impulse to start this other project and we're still in June, so I was still able to make a change, I decided to change that square to make Kira a toy. So it's still very similar, it's just not a doll, because I found something else that I want to make her. So just to explain, there's a couple of shows that Kira really enjoys watching. She loves watching Peppa, and there's a big ass butterfly flying by the window. Sorry, that just caught my attention. She loves watching Peppa, and she loves watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, and she loves watching this movie on Netflix with Ping Fong and Baby Shark. And because of Avery, and she went through all those kind of same phases, we have some Peppa the Pig toys, and then for her birthday, I got her some kind of Mickey dolls, Mickey, Minnie, and Goofy dolls. And when she's watching the shows in the evening, so she's a little sleepy, she likes kind of cuddling with those. So if she's watching Peppa, she likes cuddling with her Peppa dolls. She's watching Mickey, she likes cuddling with her Mickey dolls. And then there's Ping Pong, and she doesn't have a Ping Pong toy. Now I realize she doesn't need a Ping Pong toy, but I don't know, she seems to like having the toys that she can identify with what she's watching. And so I briefly looked online to see, I was like, okay, are there any ping pong toys that aren't ridiculously expensive? And they're ridiculously expensive. They're very hard to find, and they're like $35, $40, and I'm just not willing to spend that. So I was like, okay, is there a way that I can make a ping pong toy? Now, if you are not familiar, I should explain. So Ping Pong and Baby Shark, I'm sure some of you have heard of Baby Shark because there's that viral song that went everywhere that just is a giant earworm. But Ping Pong is his friend, and there is a movie on Netflix called Ping Pong and Baby Shark Space Adventure, I think. It's like an hour long, and she just loves this movie. It's got all these little songs in it, and there is a storyline, but it's interspersed by all these these little songs. And when she's watching it, you can tell she's trying to sing along. She just loves this movie. So I will put up a picture here of Ping Pong, and then just to give you an idea of how I'm trying to make the toy, this is one of the stuffed toys that I saw that I'm kind of going off. I'm kind of looking between the two, trying to make something that is similar. But the pattern that I actually found a pattern in my library that I think I will be able to kind of manipulate to resemble Ping Pong. It's called Francis the Socks Wearing Fox, I think. And I have made this pattern before. So because it's in my library, this also works for towards the bingo square that I have that is use patterns that I already own. So it works towards that square, which is awesome. And yes, I have made this pattern before, and it's a very easy pattern, and I figured the shape, because Ping Pong is a fox, the shape of this pattern would be a good starting off point. So that's what I've started with, and then there's a whole to-do with the yarn because I needed a bright pink yarn. Now thankfully bright pink is one of Avery's favorite colors, so when I was looking through my leftovers bin, I had a fair number of choices of like a bright pink to choose from, but the one that was going to be the perfect match for what I envision this toy to be, I don't know if I have enough yarn. I decided to just dive in and do it anyway, and I'll figure it out when I get there. But I don't know if you guys remember me working with this yarn here. I got this years ago when I did one of the yarn crawls that I used to do. This is from a shop that is nowhere near me, and I believe they have since closed. So it's not even like, yeah, like I have what I have, and that's what I have. But it was just too perfect. The color was perfect, the thickness was perfect. This yarn was just too perfect that I decided I just had to take the chance and figure out how to do it. So I cast on, I think I cast on late last week. I put a couple of evenings into it, and then I've put it aside to work on my my monthly socks and then my trestle tee. But it took me a couple of evenings to get the body done. So you start down here, and I followed the pattern exactly up to this point. And then once you got here, you were supposed to, I think, increase, and then the head is more rounded. But because Ping Pong kind of has those kind of floofs coming out of the side of his face. I just kind of modified the increases and decreases to make more of a pronounced kind of cheek area. So I didn't do like the two, Ping Fong has kind of two triangular shapes on the side of his face. I didn't want to worry about that. I figured this is close enough. But I got the body done. So I've already done my my Kitchener stitch along here, and I haven't stuffed it yet because I think I'm going to do some of the limbs and then figure out if there's a way I can sew the legs through and close this up at the same time. I don't know. I just feel like the seam would be more secure that way. We'll experiment when I get there, but I've got the body done. So that is fantastic. And when I got that done, I was like, okay, good. I should be fine in terms of yarn because I just have to do the limbs and then, you know, the ears and whatever. But I forgot about the tail, and I have a feeling the tail will take up a fair bit of yarn. All I have left, I have one full ball left. I have this left, which feels like it's mostly a full ball, and then I have what's left from the body. It took about one ball and the remainder of this ball to do the body. I still have to do the two ears, I have to do the arms and the legs, and then I have to do the tail. For the white part of and I have to do the muzzle because in the original pattern the muzzle is white, but Ping Fong's muzzle is pink, so I have to do that too. I'm a little worried, but we'll have to figure out. I think worst case scenario, I might do the tail last, and if I have to do the tail with something else, because it's not like you don't see it looking at it at the front, I might do that. But I also have this leftover worsted weight white yarn that I will be doubling for the white part of the tail. So I have a sneaking suspicion that I might run out of yarn, but I'm just gonna start with the ears and the arms and the legs and just see how far I get. And we'll just go from there. But then I have to find, because he has that little star piece on his chest and then he has a little crown, I will have to go onto Ravelry and look for some additional kind of patterns to kind of put those together. But I think this has the potential to look really, really cute, and it's using stuff that I already have in my stash, so that is awesome. It's using a pattern I already have, so that is awesome. And it'll be interesting to see if she puts the connection together to, you know, Ping Fong and her show. We'll see. But yeah, so that was my new little cast on, and I think that's all I have to share with you today. I don't know if we're going to be doing a little joke at the end. I might try still. I had mentioned in the last episode that maybe once school was done we would start doing kind of like little mini clips at the end about our park visits and stuff, and a lot of you seemed to like that idea. So I think if we do a joke, this will be the last joke for a while, but we'll have to see. I have to see if Avery has a joke for us, and as usual I will pop that on at the end, so if she does, you will see that. If not, this is the end. I hope you are having a wonderful time wherever you are, whatever the weather's doing, and of course I hope that you are enjoying whatever you are working on, and yeah, I will talk to you soon. Bye.
Hello everyone. Today I'm going to do another joke for you. Today's the last day that we're doing jokes. And you don't see my sister because she wasn't happy sitting on my lap. So let's get on with the joke. What does skunks sing at Christmas time? Can you guess? Jingle smells, jingle all the way. Like jingle bells, but jingle smells. I hope you enjoyed the joke today. See you next time on my mom's show. Bye!